This just in, Dak Prescott says, listen, you can talk all you want about Saquon Barkley, talk all you want about Josh Jacobs, but I want you to talk about me, because guess what I'm not going to do this year? I'm not going to lead the league in interceptions. Matter of fact, I know who I am. I won't even have 10 interceptions this year. Well, I tell you what, I appreciate the confidence in someone's own ability. But you did lead the league last year, and you didn't play in 5 games. And what he's saying, that's a Cowboy fan's, best dream scenario right there, because let's just play it out both sides, as funny as that quote might be, because it's inaccurate, not going to happen. If he threw single-digit interceptions this year, the Cowboys might go to an NFC Championship game.
Wow.
If he does what he normally does, and he throws the ball all over the yard, they're going to do what they always do and disappoint their fan base.
He would probably throw 3 interceptions on opening night
against the Giants.
And you know, one thing about this statement is that everybody's going to be keeping count.
Yes, because
and so
he said
will he. Yep. He'll get to number 9, probably by week 9.
Right.
And he'll be like, well, I guess I'm going to throw more than 10. And everybody's going to be keeping count.
That quote is going to be hung on his locker for sure, and you're right, especially
He'll definitely throw one on opening night.
All right, so
I
there
guarantee you that.
So he's got 16 games, he can only throw 9 more.
Right.
Well, he's only thrown 11 or less in 5 of his 6 first seasons. I mean, why is this so crazy that this might take
Because
place?
he threw 15 and 12 games.
Last year, it might be an outlier of a year. It's just one bad year.
Are you a Dallas fan?
No, I am not.
Oh, okay. That sounds like
Here's the problem, because don't forget, last year, Jerry Jones came out and said throwing interceptions is not in his DNA.
That was a bad quote.
And then he led the league in interceptions. And as Plax just said, he didn't play a whole
season.
season.
First of all, Jerry Jones, over the last 20 years, it's been in all his quarterbacks' DNA.
Yeah, that's correct.
All they do is throw interceptions.
Look, here's the deal. Dak Prescott needs to have a great year. If he doesn't, it's going to be the same old for the Cowboys. And haven't we seen enough of Dak Prescott to at least predict that he's going to have double-digit interceptions this year? It's what he does. Now, if somehow, some way, Mike McCarthy calling plays takes the interception game off the table, I'll believe it when I see it.
Run the football 50 times a game?
Right, with a guy who's only playing on a franchise tag, who's not very happy.
Hey, I will say this.
Yes.
All the interceptions that happen aren't the quarterback's fault.
No, you're right. Listen, it's not, interceptions are interesting stats because they're not always accurate. You could hit a guy in the numbers, the ball bounces up,
right.
It gets picked off. After the game, you go, the quarterback had an interception. In reality, the receiver had, they call them rints.
Mm-hmm. No,
right?
you made that up. I've never heard of that term until today.
Did you ever play football, Plax? A rint. Rint.
No.
Rint.
No.
Yeah. What is a rint, by the way?
No, I've never heard of that.
Interception.
Yeah. Until today.
Rint.
So Dak Prescott will throw 10 interceptions this year, and 3 of them will be rinses, and I guess it doesn't count because the 3 of them wasn't his fault.
That's right.
Plax, it's what we call advanced analytics is what it is.
No.
There's rints, and then there's kints.
Yes.
Kints are quarterback interceptions.
That is not football analogy.
No, it is.
I've never even heard this before.
Maybe
it's
Michigan
not
State
a science.
didn't tell you about
You
that.
made this up.
I mean, there's a chance I made it up, but
I've never heard of it until today.
I was a Pro Football Focus. They list rints and kints.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
They
now,
should.
Dak Prescott has been victimized by a lot of rints.
Okay. Can you ask Robert Sala today what rints and kints mean?
I'll do it on video.
He's never heard of it.
I'll do it on video.
Yeah, he's never heard
in
of
between
it.
the 3rd and 4th holes.
Okay, not unless he's watching the show, which he probably is because he wants to be a friend. But I can almost guarantee you he's never heard of what a rinse and a kint is.
I asked Victor Cruz. He's very familiar with rints and kints.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, he probably had more than me.
He did.
But yeah.
Actually, Victor Cruz is the all-time single-season leader in rints.
Wow.
That's true. Receiver-driven interceptions. That's
You
correct.
actually did the research?
My guys did. I just show up and look pretty. I don't do any of the research.
Man.
In any event,
It's not a word.
I guess we can answer the question, is Dak still the answer in Dallas? Well, you got no other choices. So for this year, and he's signed next year also, and is untradeable. Yes, he's the answer in Dallas. He is a good quarterback, but for a lot of people, he's underappreciated, which brings us to a top 6 list there, Plax. We've got the top 6 most underappreciated players in the NFL, regardless of position, okay?
Okay. I like this.
Here we go. All right. See if you guys agree with this list or not. Okay. Number 6. the backup quarterback for the New York Giants, Tyrod Taylor.
Okay.
Tyrod Taylor, underappreciated, never really got his shot because he got stabbed in the lung when he was out there in L.A. with the Chargers. If you look at his stats, first 3 years in the league, and compare them to Jalen Hurts, which is a fair comparison because it's the same number of games. People talk about Jalen Hurts being a generational talent. Tyrod Taylor was just as good. Just as good, and even threw more touchdown passes and fewer interceptions. He did not lead a team to a Super Bowl, but his numbers are damn near identical.
And not to mention, he did play for the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
Bingo. And so let's give Tyrod Taylor some love.
Let's give him his flowers.
Totally under
Tyrod Taylor, let's go.
Woo!
Let's give him his flowers.
Boy, and I'll tell you what, he's better than Daniel Jones.
Hey, Daniel Jones goes down, and Tyrod Taylor comes in and makes some magic.
Tell you what, Daniel Jones goes down, that's the best way to get Saquon Barkley back on the field. All right, number 5, the aforementioned Saquon Barkley, being totally underappreciated by the Giants. They have bought into the reality that in their mind, having Daniel Jones under contract is more important than having Saquon Barkley. That's a decision they made, and they got to live with it now.
I think he's higher than number 5.
Okay, but he's on the list, Plax.
Right, he is.
All right, once I get the list out there, you want to reorder it, feel free, man.
Oh, my God.
But I don't think you're going to disagree with any of the list. All right, ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Number 4, this is going to surprise you people, especially you people down in South Florida, and I'm guilty of this as well. Yeah. The most underappreciated guy in the league, number 4, is Tua Tagovailoa. All right?
What was that? Who was that? One more time.
I have a tough time saying it.
Tua
Tagovailoa. Right?
Nailed it.
Did I get it right that time?
Not even close.
Tua Tagovailoa.
That was closer.
That was better, right?
That was better.
You say it.
Tagovailoa.
Yeah, you okay.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Tagovailoa.
That's Taga what?
Tagovailoa.
I don't think that goes.
That's it.
I think that's a dish you make in culinary school.
That was definitely
International.
Anyhow, Tua is an underappreciated guy, and I'm guilty of it as well. Because he's got such a weak arm, I don't appreciate the fact that his underthrowing guys on most passes more than 20 yards down the field has turned out to be a secret weapon for the Miami Dolphins. And here's what's so funny. I got all you people that love the Dolphins yelling and screaming at me. Yeah, you look at the stats, the next-gen stats. Yeah, he's the most accurate deep ball passer in football. When you underthrow your wide receivers by 20 yards and they come back and catch the ball, you should not get credit for it.
I just don't understand what makes him underappreciated.
Well, they're underappreciated because most of us that are in the know view him as an average at best quarterback, but Dolphin fans think he's the second coming. So there you go.
This is your list of underappreciated guys, right?
I don't appreciate him. Maybe I should appreciate him some more. Yeah.
You should.
How can you talk about a guy and then put him on your list as being underappreciated?
Because I'm showing you that I'm willing to listen as well.
This is the most backhanded compliment I've ever seen.
When did you start listening?
This morning.
This guy's underappreciated. That being said, he can't throw a football.
Listen, he's got the weakest arm of any starting quarterback in the history
of
football.
He doesn't. The history?
In the history of football. Dating all the way back to Branch Rickey. You can go as far back as you want. He has the weakest arm of any starting quarterback.
Was that the owner for the Yankees?
Frank Gifford had a better arm than he did, okay?
Frank Gifford.
Yeah.
And Branch Rickey.
He played back in the day.
When he played quarterback for the Brooklyn Dodgers.
You get the point. I'm trying to be nice to South Florida so that I'm welcome back there.
Oh, it's working.
All right, number 3, top 6 most underappreciated players in the NFL. My guy, Kirk Cousins. Oh, he can't win prime time. You can't trust him to lead a team. Dude puts up numbers, they make the playoffs, and he made Justin Jefferson the best receiver in football.
You've talked so badly about Kirk Cousins
I
that I can't even believe that you said that he's underappreciated.
He is totally underappreciated. Very good quarterback.
You said he's allergic to lights.
Well, I mean, he has a disease. That's not my fault. He's got primetime fasciitis. Yep. It's a weird disease that few quarterbacks have. He's just one of them.
I just don't understand how you can put him on that list and you say he's not the guy.
Well, I mean, he's never going to win a Super Bowl.
And you've actually called him overrated and overpaid. So how can you put him on a list as being underappreciated?
Because people talk about him like he's a horrendous quarterback.
And you have done exactly that.
Yes. This is your list.
I'm showing growth. I mean, allow me to grow on this show, would you please?
Man.
In any event, number 2 on my very popular list right now is of Las Vegas Raiders running back Josh Jacobs.
Yes.
Led the league in yards from scrimmage.
Yes.
He's Mr. Everything. They don't value him for some reason. And I really feel bad, and here's why. Like, it's hard to feel bad for guys that make millions of dollars, but just think about how desperate and sad and pathetic this is. While his agents were trying to negotiate a multi-year extension with Vegas, he was sitting in a car with Max Crosby across the street from the Raiders facility, hoping, like a fat girl with pimple in high school, hoping that she gets invited to the prom, that the Raiders were going to call him and say, good news, we have an agreement, come on over and sign it. And he sat in the car with Max Crosby, and when the clock hit 4 o'clock Eastern, his agent called and said, no deal, sorry.
Hey,
That's sad and pathetic, and I feel for him.
I have to agree with you on this, which doesn't happen very often. But that's probably the smartest thing you said all day.
There you go. And, for everyone that thought the deal wasn't close, it apparently was so close, his agent said, I think we're going to get it done. He got in the car with Max Crosby.
Just because your agent says the deal is going to get done, you don't get in your car and call Max Crosby and say, let's go sit in the parking lot. Who does that?
I feel bad.
Hey, Max, you home?
I'm going to pick you up at 5.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you want to sit in a parking lot?
Yeah. It'd be funny if the Sphere was overlooking him.
The big guy in the sky don't lie.
In the car. And number 1, I don't think this can be disputed. I'm going to end with a flourish here. The most underappreciated player in the NFL is Aaron Rodgers. You got to say Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, that's Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. Look at this. Watch this in slow motion, Plex. Look at that.
Craig, this show has been
Nobody plays football with a smile on their face.
No?
Craig, this entire show is an appreciation project to Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
How is he underappreciated?
I feel like coast to coast, he's underappreciated. There's a lot of people out there not picking the Jets to win the Super Bowl.
They are saying he's going to win a Super Bowl.
I'm saying he's going to win
and
a Super
you're
Bowl.
saying he's the savior of your favorite team.
Yeah, but that's just me.
So how can he be underappreciated?
Because I'm the only one saying it.
You didn't even want him on your team. You
I wanted Derek
Carr.
Yeah, I wanted Derek Carr originally, but I'm happy with what I wound up with. It's okay. I'm good.
So why did Derek Carr make your list?
Huh?
Why didn't Derek Carr make your list?
Because he's playing for somebody else.
Unbelievable.
But here's what's funny. Everyone's like, oh, the New Orleans Saints are going to win their division. They got Derek Carr.
I never said that.
But there's a lot of people saying the Jets are not even going to win the East.
They are not.
So he's underappreciated.
He's not underappreciated.
You're the reason I have him on that list.
He's still the 6th ranked quarterback on my list, but he's not underappreciated.
6? You only put out a top 5.
No, it's top 10. He's 6. He doesn't make my list. Top 5.
Well, listen, that's another thing I want to add to my list of things to tell the head coach of the Jets in golf today.
Tell him.
Is that Plaxico Burress doesn't think you have a top 5 quarterback.
You can tell him everything. Tell him everything we said today.
I am. Oh, I got a lot. I mean, I haven't played golf.
I'm not afraid of him.
Huh? You shouldn't be afraid of anybody. Look at this.
Look at this.
And by the way, you know full well I'm driving that car too.
They're on the Sweet Pickles bus. Look at them.
Yeah.
This is the first time I'm ever going to have the most hair on a golf course. This is going to be sweet. I'm pretty fired
There you go. I just hope we're not walking 18 holes today because it is going to be hot in New Jersey throughout the day. And I do not sweat well on a golf course.
You don't sweat
I can
well
tell you
anywhere.
that. Hey there. Thank you so much for watching The Carton Show. You can subscribe right here to get all the latest bits and segments from the show. And by the way, while you're at it, we have a lot of great shows on FS1, so check them out too.